All right, now to the story in Atlantic Canada. Blowing snow and bitter cold are making for treacherous driving conditions in Newfoundland and Labrador. Making matters worse there, a transformer fire in St. John's knocked out power to much of the province today. Meantime, in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and PEI, they're busy digging out from Friday's powerful snowstorm. Maya Assoud reports.
Atlantic Canada's first blizzard of the year packed quite the punch, and for some, the cleanup is proving to be just as hard.
3 hours anyway, and that's with the snowblower, so the people who are out there with shovels are going to be putting in a lot of time.
In parts of New Brunswick, a similar scene, with people left digging out of this latest storm.
Take your time, don't sweat. Sweat is bad for the cold. That's all I can say, I guess.
In Halifax, crews have been busy clearing streets and sidewalks for the past 24 hours, work that's expected to continue for at least another 24.
At this point, it's kind of a mix of salt and sand that we're using just to provide traction and also work towards our goal, which is getting some bare pavement.
Friday's blizzard brought the city almost to a standstill. Bus service was suspended because of whiteout conditions. Even police vehicles were stationary unless responding to a call. Meantime, in Newfoundland and Labrador, a much different scene. The blizzard blew in the overnight hours, but the strong winds persisted throughout the day. Making matters worse, a transformer fire knocked out power to much of the province this morning. Back in Halifax, the worst of the storm is over, with bus service now returned to the city.
I don't think people really realize how much we rely on the transit system until it's not there.
The only concern remaining lies with the snow-packed roads. As temperatures drop, they could turn icy.
As the sun sets, we could pretty much bank on seeing roads start to refreeze a bit. So it will get slick around dinner time, I'd imagine.
This is just the latest in a series of nasty storms to hit the Atlantic region, and it's far from over. There's still 3 more months left of winter. Maya Assoud, Global News, Halifax.
And Michelle Jobin is joining us now with more on this storm and what is still to come for us. Michelle?
Robin, in the next few days, there are definite concerns in terms of Canadian weather. Of course, there is a storm departing Atlantic Canada right now, as we've just heard, and it's brought considerable snowfall, blizzard conditions, and wind gusts that are well in excess of 100 or 140 kilometers an hour. That is moving on. In the meantime, cold has firmly entrenched itself into Western Canada. And in fact, there are wind chill warnings tonight from Alberta right through to northwestern Ontario for values dipping below -40 or -45. Then there's another series of lows, one of which is moving up from the U.S. south that is bringing heavy snowfall and freezing rain potentially to parts of Ontario and Quebec as we get into Sunday evening. Basically, how things are playing out is this low will drift up from Colorado as it continues to develop. It's bringing warmer air and precipitation. The biggest concern not only is 15 to 20 centimeters of snow for some parts of Ontario, but more so the up to 15 millimeters of rain that will impact parts of eastern Ontario and southern Quebec, including the Montreal area, just as we get into Monday morning.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for that. Michelle Jobin.